Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the My Tribe podcast, coming to you live from the Pompano studio. We are making additions to the backdrop, baby. We're doing it. We're doing it. First, we got Stick on the Wall that we talked about in our last episode. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's a great one. Number two, we are adding the My Tribe logo, the lion. We're going to give a little bit of backstory there. But before we get into that, I want to talk about a t-shirt that I saw as I was running. It was the back of this young man's t-shirt. It said talent determines the foundation, but character determines the ceiling. And wow, I was running. I happened to read it. Boom, boom. I was like, holy shit, that's a line right there. My boy would say, that's bars. I just wanted to get into that a little bit because, I feel like in whether it be work, whether it be sports, talent will get you on the team. And it's going to be character and that hard work ethic that's going to get you to that starting spot. So, to me, it's you can't be a captain of a team without character. You can't be a manager without character. You can have these talented salesmen. Let's just call it a sales pit of people, right? If you had that and you promoted a number of people that don't have good character, then all of the people with bad character are going to see that bad character is rewarded. And one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to live out that bad character and say, all right, those are the qualities and values that get promoted, or they're going to say, I'm out of here because only assholes get promoted and that's the only thing they care about here. So that is kind of what I'm here to talk to you guys about today, and the difference in, I feel like, again, whether it's in the personal training space, everybody's got a certification. And what are you doing to develop your character, to develop that client to trainer, coach relationship? What are you doing to develop that on a regular basis that's helping to change the life of your client? The life of your client. What are you asking of them in terms of challenging them and pushing them, other than just the 1 hour of you guys being in the gym together? If you're not doing that, or your experience with a trainer, they're not doing that for you, you need to get a different trainer. And self-plug, give your boy a call. Self-plug right there. Listen, if you don't market yourself, no one's going to market you. I was talking to a friend about that the other day. And no one's going to scream from the mountaintop, hi, buy gas at this gas station. And if they don't own the gas station, no one's going to. You have to be your own best advocate. You have to be your best marketer. And we should not be ashamed to promote ourselves. And actually, we're going to get into that in the next episode, actually. Reasons why people don't act. So this is today's episode. We're going to talk about talent versus character. We're going to talk about the lion addition to the wall here. And a couple other things. But keep it direct. Keep it on brand, on message here. Going back to that, like, I've played a lot of lacrosse with kids. When I first started the game, I started playing in the Bronx. It was our league, we played the Bronx, we played Queens, we played Long Island, and my freshman year, there were teams that were out or closer to Long Island, which is the hotbed of lacrosse, that they had tons of talent. These kids would wake up when they were 4 years old, they had a stick in their hand, this, that, and the other thing. And I started playing my freshman year of high school. So I don't even know. I had less than 3 years by the time I got to my senior year of lacrosse. And by my senior year, the character of that team won the city championship and beat every team in New York City to win the city championship. We lost the state championship to a Long Island team, only by a couple of goals too. So that should have been a win, but Unfortunately, it wasn't. But gratefully, we're here because that's why I love to play lacrosse. Is because it was such a differentiator in the sense of everybody can run, everybody can hit, but not everybody had stick skills. And I saw that if I developed my stick skills, I know it's only half a stick right now, but if I developed this would be the foundation for everything else above it. If I were to work very, very hard, if I put 10,000 hours into this, be able to have both hands, then I know that I'm going to get a lot better, a lot faster than a lot of these players who are leaning on their talent and not working hard. So that's a little bit about what I want to come here today, and I want to ask the question, where are you leaning on your talent in your life? Whether it be professionally, it can even be personally. You're just talented at being a good partner, at being a good father or mother, right? You just have the talent of it's an innate talent of you to love and to give that love. But how can we get a little bit better? How can we develop that talent and maybe read something on it? How can we develop some character? Because I don't think we're here to live this life and not develop character along the way. I don't think we're here not to put in hours upon hours of work on something that you truly love. And I really think that that's the essence of what we get to do here. And if we don't do that, then we're just wasting our time. We're watching TV, draining away when we could be getting better at something. And I'm not saying to never watch TV, never enjoy yourself, never have fun. That's not at all what I'm saying. That's not at all the direction I'm gearing into here. I'm saying that I feel that I'm blessed to be in a flow of my life where, man, I'm focused and I'm productive and I'm getting better. And I love the fact that I'm getting better, and I can truly see the character. Let's just call it, if I was a character in a video game, I could see that character developing. I can see the focus of me wanting to watch a TV show and say, you know what? Let me do something here first. Let me do something that is productive, that is going to help me to excel in life. And I think a lot of it started recently with the pull of work of Isopalooza. And, to be so dedicated, so driven. And I say driven because I was both driving and pushing myself towards it, but it also was magnetizing me to do the work. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have had that experience of being magnetized to do work before. And you get into a flow, at least for myself, where I don't have to take myself by the neck and sit myself down on the computer and say, all right, now we have to do all this work, da 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 da. Like, no, I want to go out and have a lunch with my friends, and yeah, it's Saturday night. Okay, I'm just gonna go home and get some work done. And it's not like work; it's tasks that get accomplished for me to get closer to my goal. And I guess I can look at it as like if I write a workout and that workout's from 3 to 4, I want to make sure I get my leg press in. I want to make sure I get my snap downs. I want to make sure I get my leg curls, leg extensions, my planks, my side planks, my cardio in from start to finish. I want to make sure all of those boxes are checked so I can know that I myself had a good workout. Now I take that hour and I expand it into the day. Say, all right, what box do I want to check from A to Z to make sure that that day gets started in the right direction with guidance, with focus and preparation, and then that it gets finished the right way as well. That to me has been something that I've been focusing on and working on in the last couple of, I would say the last 2 months have been drastically different in my level of focus and production. And a reason for that is because I actually had a mentor request this of me. He says, every day before you start your day, I want you to write in a journal something that you're struggling with. And we're going to rewire your brain. We're going to you're going to convince you to do the things that you may think you're weak at, to do the things that you're not your strongest at. And the things that I wrote down 25 times is, I love being focused and productive. And I write that 4 times, and then I switch over to my left hand. Look out. And I write it 4 times in my left hand. Another 4 on the left, and I write it 1 time. So every fifth line, I'm writing with my left hand. As I'm writing with my left hand, as I truly believe what happened when I was doing the work with Lacrosse, is that I was connecting new neural pathways. It's like when they say brush your teeth with your left hand, with your offhand, your non-dominant hand, because it helps to rewire things in your brain. So writing this down, I truly feel blessed in the sense that I was tasked with this duty to perform this. And I can sit here and make an excuse and say, oh, I have ADHD and I'm always over here, over there, over here, over there. You know what? It's been over 30 days now of writing this, and I truly feel focused and I truly feel productive. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm not really sure when I'm going to stop, but I'm grateful to be on the road that I'm on, doing what I'm doing right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it. And if you ever want to, take this upon yourself, the advice was to write it in the present tense as if it's already a part of your life. The one example was like, some people aren't great at technology. I love working with technology, solving the problems of technology, and figuring out. Boom, you write that 25 times. I love working with technology. I love working with technology and figuring it out. You write that as if it's the present moment. Maybe you hate working with technology, but sometime in the future, you writing that present moment is going to make that your current reality. So that's your task. We ask you a question of how we can develop some character. Your task is to figure out, if you want to take this up, what is your 25? What is your line that you need to write 25 times a day? And I mean, I would say dream big, think big, I would say that I've actually thought too small with what I was doing, but that's what I needed in the chapter of my life. I needed to get focused. I needed to get productive. And now that we're driven, we're taking care of what we need to take care of. Now that we're checking the boxes off, let's start dreaming big. I think we're going to reshape this and reshift it. But until then, we are going to talk about the latest addition to the backdrop, because I told you guys we'd be building this thing together, right? So, backdrop, lion. I mean, this is the essence of my tribe. You guys have seen this everywhere. This right here is the original lion. This is a stencil. It's a wooden stencil that I was walking in Central Park. I seen it and I was like, wow, that's something. I was called to it. I purchased it, didn't need to negotiate, didn't need to haggle. I was like, you know what? This is meant to be for me right now. So, ended up getting it, hung it on my wall. And when I hung it on my wall, I wanted to hang it eye level. I wanted to make sure that because it was like, hang it here, hang it there. No, I wanted to line the middle of my eyes up with the middle of those eyes. And that is actually a little bit higher. See, we got sit up We gotta be worthy, baby. That's the essence of this. The essence of being worthy, of knowing that this right here is the energy we want to walk, talk, breathe, and exude every single day. There's a speech that I heard a while ago, and it's the first thing that came to my head when I saw this when I was walking through Central Park. And it starts off by asking some questions. It says, who is the strongest animal in the jungle? Is it's the gorilla? Is it the rhino? It's the elephant? Let's just call it. We can agree that the elephant is stronger than most of them, right? Okay. Who is the fastest in the jungle? You got your cheetahs, you got birds, this and that, real fast. But who's the king of the jungle? There's no doubt about that. The lion gets up every day. He wakes up. He walks. He talks. Goes to the bathroom. He comes out. He struts around the land like he is the king of the jungle. You know what all the other animals say? Oh, look. There goes the king of the jungle. So the essence of this being meaningful in my life is it's my life, but I also want to share it with everyone else. It's to be the king of your jungle. This isn't just me. This is proliferated. It's a part of my business because I truly believe that everyone should walk, talk, embrace the main character energy, as y'all youngins say. To be the main character, to be the king of your jungle. Because if you're not, then you're allowing someone else to be. That is the essence of the backdrop. That's that chapter. I know I'm going to be adding some things here, and we're going to be covering the significance of it. And that's kind of where that's that right there. And we're going to be having more guests here at the podcast studio, and I'm so grateful to have this and to be able to share this space with some truly amazing people I got scheduled. You guys, I'm really, really pumped for the ones I have coming up. Not that the ones that I haven't had, man. I mean, I've had some great guests. Chris Galano, I've had Niall Fortner, I've had Scott Camoin. That's dropping this Sunday. You got to check that one out too. And I have a couple. I got a couple in the pipeline that I'm really excited about. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. But one of the things, like even putting this together, right? I was procrastinating about the fact of doing this, doing this. No, I was procrastinating the fact of making this podcast because of the fact that this guy wasn't ready yet, that I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where I was going to hang things. Do I buy shelves? Do I buy bookshelves? What do I do? If I start something, can I go back from it? Putting holes in the wall. I can go, right? But instead of that, I was like, you know what? Now we're just going to act. I don't have much of a handyman shop here. We have a couple screws and a couple of nails, right? It's not like back when I lived at home. We are just going to act. We're going to find the middle of this wall. Bam, put that guy right up. Put it up where it fits great. We're going to figure out which way to mount this underneath it because I was going to get a shelf for that. Too bad. We figured it out. It's level. It looks amazing. Done. Act. If I didn't just act today, and actually it's great because now I get to take the flag down and wave it everywhere. And now the background of when I have a guest, it's interactive. It's something that we can all share together. It's something that connects my audience to my studio, to myself, to my podcast. That every time you tune into this podcast, you know what's going on, you know where we are, you know what we're doing. And listen, if I didn't, I think I was, too worried about like, oh, what is it going to look like? What do I want to do like big picture wise? And like, I don't think you really need to have the whole big picture figured out before you can decide to do something. I think the best decisions in my life that I've ever made were to just act and then figure it out going backwards. That's on essence of how Isapalooza started. That is how I ended up down here in Florida. That is how I started the promotion business in college. Let's do it. Let's start it. We'll figure it out on the way. We'll figure it out on the way. It'll be great. So same thing. Rip the flag down. Don't know what's going to go there, but I know I want to put this up. I know I want to put this up. I have more additions on the way, but the essence is to just act. There's one thing you want to take away from today. It's to just act. We don't want to wish, oh man, I wish I could have did something. I wish that I started with this backdrop a little earlier, because then I would have been able to have a better connection to my audience than to be recording over here, and here. No, I want to have consistent videos. I want to be able to show up in a consistent and beautiful way for my people. So I just acted. And this is where you're going to see me every Thursday. We're dropping at 9 a.m. I owe it to you to drop a video every Thursday. It's going to be recorded from this seat. And if it's on a Thursday, if it's on a Sunday, and the guest is going to be in that seat, when I can get them in that seat. If not, we're going to be at their place, and it's going to look beautiful. It's going to be an awesome, unique, different backdrop. But until then, it's going to be here. But instead of, I think, again, it goes back to where I was nervous about what other people were going to think, why I didn't want to act. And, I'm going to expand on this a little bit more in the next episode, and the reasons why people don't act, or the reasons why people claim that they don't act, because it's either people pleasing, and they're a people pleaser, and they don't want to upset their family by creating a podcast where they're putting their whole life out there. They don't want to. They believe they're a perfectionist. Everything has to be perfect before I put it out, or they procrastinate. And these are all of the things that I was doing before this, but I want to dive deeper into that. But those aren't the real reasons why people don't act. Tune in next Thursday to find out why people really don't act. This is key. This is something that is so deep and pretty vulnerable share that we're going to get into. But thank you all so much for tuning in this week. It's been such a pleasure. Such a blessed edition here. And can't wait for more time together. Thanks, everybody. Talk to y'all soon.